What's up, everybody? Welcome to Tesla Fix. Today we have a special topic, one of the 3 topics we are discussing here in this great car. This is a Subaru, actually, of course, as you can see. No, this is the Model 3 Highland, and of course my guest is again Brian. So Brian, what's up?
What's up is the Model 3 performance came a little quicker than some people thought it might, and it's outperformed even what a lot of its critics thought it was going to be able to do. And so we're going to be talking about what it does, what it doesn't, how it compares to other cars, and how excited someone might reasonably get from having the opportunity to own one and or borrow and drive one.
And I tell you about why I love this car so much and why I'm a little disappointed now with that car. Stay tuned.
Stay tuned for that, and there'll be some other random stuff along the way.
Of course.
Welcome to Tesla Fix. Make sure to subscribe and like this episode.
Before this, I have only been in a Highland Model 3, a refresh Model 3, F3 Fresh, to go around the block. I got to drive it, just not very far because it was a mass demo event, and it was a lot of fun. So I had a Model 3 service loaner for a whole week, and it was a few years old, 40,000 miles on it, and this is quieter than my Y.
Oh, Brian, do you hear that?
What?
Exactly. That's the thing, because it's so quiet.
Taking the corner faster than I would.
Yeah.
But maybe you've got more money for tires than I do.
Probably. I drive this thing a little bit too sporty because, let's put it this way. I had a pretty low-tech car before. I never driven an EV before. A Subaru Tricera, which is also a shared platform with Toyota and stuff like this from 2015 or something. It's a small, I don't know what you call that category. It's a mini crunched SUV that's pretty high, like Japanese car. You can imagine how they are.
Well, and I'm sure you'll put up a picture.
Right here. Yeah.
The problem with a one-size-fits-all car is it doesn't fit any of the sizes very well.
Exactly.
Toyota wants to build on one line battery cars, hybrids, hydrogen, and dyno burners.
Sure, absolutely, very efficient.
Oh God, this is going to be the master of nothing.
Yeah,
and I will say that this handles. I mean, it's not bumpy. We're not giggling like crazy. And for the benefit of gentlemen with my robust curves, they've actually tuned the frequency of the damping to not make your belly jiggle. Did you know that?
No.
Oh yeah, because there's a frequency at which the jiggle starts to get out of control. So I've brought for you, as you will discover over the course of this trip, a number of gifts. This is a legit, for real Tesla bracelet.
Whoa, that's nice.
I had a Cybertruck one. I could not find it to bring to you. I'm sorry, but that's legit. I got it from Tesla.
Thank you.
I only wore it here to give to you.
Perfect. Thanks.
Yeah.
Nice. And I have to say something also again about the sportiness of this car, because you've mentioned the suspension, and I gotta say, since I floor it all the time, it's noticeable that the suspension just lifts up all the time, and I blind other people from the other side of the road. Yeah, because it goes up a little bit while accelerating, because this is the standard range Model 3, but I have the special wheels, the sportier wheels, so it's a poser long range, actually. That's how I call it.
So this is a rear wheel drive.
Yeah, it's just rear wheel drive.
It's 2-wheel.
Yeah.
And you will still get fantastic traction with that.
Yeah.
Now, on my service loaner, it was a Model 3 long range with acceleration boost. Mm-hmm. And baby, I could not. I put the kids in the car and go, oh, by the way, this one's a little quicker. Would you like to see? And their reaction was wonderful. I made a video saying, what's the difference between the 3 and the Y? Which one should you get? And my conclusion was, if you need the space, the Y is the easy choice. But if you don't, the 3 is a lot more fun and you get better range, like quite a bit better range. Because it's less aero drag, less wind resistance. And it was, it was, even though it was, I'm going to say the 5th slowest Tesla ever made, maybe the 5th or 6th of all models and configurations. It's
so crazy.
just a face ripper. It's so much fun.
Yeah, and what I also, I was already, because we've seen that the Model 3 performance variant is coming. Also in Germany, it's already out. You can order it. It's not out, but you can order it already. It's going to be delivered in around July, I think, or August, something like this. Oh, it's already 100 or what? Wait a second, I have to accelerate. I already was honked at.
By a delivery guy.
Yeah, Zurich, a delivery guy, since we're in Zurich. So what I wanted to say is that since I own an EV, then I saw the performance variant. I knew that something like this might come, but I didn't expect that great of a car. I totally get it now why you want to get a performance variant, since I drive a EV for the first time and a Model 3 for, like, that's the first experience with EVs for me. And the acceleration is just crazy and it is a lot of fun. And also that the center of gravity still, with that suspension that we have here in this car, it's ridiculous. It's so good, so tight in the corners as well.
It feels like a much lighter car.
Yeah,
because the center of gravity is so far down.
Exactly, especially with the 3, it's really low. Many people ask me, probably super expensive car, right? People that are not familiar with the brand, they thought, I let them guess all the time, they think this car costs 100K or something.
This one?
Yeah.
And you paid?
I paid around I paid 43,000 euros for this car, but of course with financing and stuff, I'm landing on about I don't know, 48,000, 49,000.
So in America, when we quote the price, it doesn't include the sales tax.
Yeah.
The tabs.
Oh, that's true.
The registration.
Is the tax code different in different states?
Every state.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, that makes sense, because when you order something online, for example, but in stores, I wouldn't say so, because in Germany it's different.
It's right.
It's calculated in already, the tax.
So in Germany, when you buy something,
it's
the price is the price.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean there's no tax. It's just factored in.
Yeah.
Why doesn't America do that? And the answer is they set the prices nationally, and every state has a different rate, and a lot of states have different rates within each county from county to county and city to city.
That makes sense. Okay.
We live 50 miles from a state with no sales tax.
Ooh.
They have income tax instead. So we go to Costco in Portland.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah,
and
that's perfect.
It more than pays for what we paid in juice to drive down there.
Yeah, makes sense. But coming back to this car again for 1 second, because I have
your $100,000 car.
Yeah, my 100, and many also people from Germany who also experienced the Porsche, for example. They said, "Oh, it kind of reminds me of a Porsche a little bit in the sense from the styling from the outside. It's more sportier." They see that it could compete, and now with the performance variant, of course, with the suspension and many tests already, testers from Germany, I mean, said that it's absolutely capable of being competition to BMW's sporty cars and also the Porsche. And it's unmatched almost. A friend of mine knows someone who tests all the vehicles from Porsche, more or less. Yeah, he's a test driver, and also engineer. So he fine-tunes the sporty cars. And guess what? He also tests competition. He tests also the competition. And he said the Model 3 performance variant will be very, very interesting.
Very challenging.
Very challenging, actually. And what they are doing with that price point, that's the thing. He said, like, with this price point, it's ridiculous what they're putting on the plate here.
Yeah, well, you know, the Taycan goes better around certain tracks because it doesn't overheat as quick or whatever. Right. But it costs twice as much.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, the Sapphire can outrun the Plaid in a straight line on a quarter mile. Yeah, but it costs like 3 times as much. The other day I was in a discussion with a guy who was saying, Tesla used to be the leader and now they're not in any category. I said, what? He said, well, if you look at, you know, this VW has more cargo space.
Oh, yeah, okay.
This Porsche has more acceleration.
Maybe he should Frankenstein them together.
Let's
see what happens.
Okay, because there are cars with a bigger frunk, but there are also cars with no frunk.
Like most of German cars.
Most of the Volkswagen. So do you really want more cargo space but no frunk? Maybe you do. But now at least you have choices. For the uninitiated, I don't know where this falls in the thing. I just flew about almost 24 hours to get here. So it was a flight from Portland to New York City, 5-hour layover, and then the flight from New York City to Zurich. It was a long day for Brian.
Yeah, and you have to be awake to adjust to the time zone.
I'm going to try very hard to stay up until bedtime, because if I go down now, I'm getting up at midnight.
Yeah, oh no, that's then we're like, okay, see ya, Brian, I'm gonna go to sleep now.
Yeah, I'm gonna hang out all night awake like a crazy person.
And then sleep over the day.
And then sleep through the day.
No, you have to stay
Power
awake.
through it.
Power through it, yeah. Glad you're here and experienced the Model 3 now pretty thoroughly, because of course, I'm gonna send you a link to this car that you can just drive it around.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, it's gonna be available.
Yeah. We actually have the older car still.
Oh.
Yeah. So as a second car for my wife also, but I should have switched it, but I can't. My safety goes first before my family, of course, and I have a kid, so it makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'll take it right now. You can hop out.
Okay, wait a second.
But I will tell you, I'm very sleepy.
Well, that's good. That's perfect for the road, and we don't have autopilot. This is just lane keeping. Yeah.
That sucks. So earlier he was mentioning that on these cars, when it says it's going 100 kilometers, it's actually going like 99, 98. But there's a setting to override it to just show me the real speed I'm really going.
Yes.
In the US, we can't change it. Tesla used to have pinpoint accuracy on how fast it was going. But there's this law, I think it's an NTSB, National Traffic Safety Bureau law, that says if you say a car is going slower than it really is, it is a massive fine per vehicle. So every manufacturer goes, oh, okay, well then we'll just adjust it down by like 1 mile an hour. So even if your tires are worn funny or you put different tires on, it'll still be pretty close to right. It'll still be, yeah. And it's so dumb. And as a result, when it's trying to do autopilot, it can't do it accurately because it's trying to adhere to rules that don't make any sense. Give them a 1 mile an hour tolerance. And then people said, wait a minute, if the speedometer's wrong, is my odometer wrong? Is it saying that I've driven 100,000 miles when I've actually only driven 99? And the answer is no, they're tracked separately.
Okay.
Because we're going to tell you your real mileage and your fake speed.
Didn't know that.
Right, because I'm sure it'd be illegal for the odometer to read artificially low. That would clearly be illegal. Otherwise, you'd pay for that feature to have a worn out car with 10,000 miles on it.
Yeah, that's true.
When I was in Mexico, I asked the taxi driver, why is your odometer disconnected, your speedometer? Is it so that you don't rack up miles on the taxi? He goes, oh no, it's just mine's broken. I go, not yours. Every taxi I've been in for the last week and a half. He goes, is it really every? I'm like, yes. You know no one's going to buy your rickety old cab thinking it's a brand new car with 40,000 miles on it. Come on.
Yeah. One more thing on the Model 3. So my plans changed kind of, because I was like, okay, I'm going to pay it off because I own it afterwards. I want to resell it afterwards or rent it out afterwards. That's my plan. But the release of the Model 3 Performance, that's my next step, is actually to upgrade to that. And
then the Cybertruck.
If the Cybertruck comes, of course I will sell this one to get the Cybertruck, and then I'm also it's all right. I think it's a great vehicle. You could use it. I
think we covered everything we could realistically cover, and a few things we probably didn't need to cover. But we're having fun, and I'm very tired, so it makes it work. This is how I stay up until my bedtime.
Yeah, we have to kind of keep it rolling all the time. Keep the ball rolling
and
for you.
Don't forget, there was a part 1 of this that came out before. That'll be linked, maybe even in the corner. Maybe right up there somewhere. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
And there will be one more coming after this. Stay tuned for that, because we'll be talking about
China.
Things. Yeah, China. Thanks for watching.
And bye, everybody.
Wasn't this episode awesome? Let's accelerate the pace of innovation by subscribing to Tesla Fix. It is my absolute favorite channel on the whole interwebs.